Hello everyone. Welcome back to ProMind classes. Hope you all are doing fine. We are continuing with our NCERT series and we were doing NCERT Geography class 6, chapter number 2, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. Without wasting much time, let's get started. So what is globe? Globe is a true model, or you can say it is a miniature form of the earth. You can say globe is a sphere or a ball that bears a map of Earth on its surface, and it is mounted on an axle that permits rotation. So this is what you can say about globe. And globe is, you can say it varies in size and also type. And you can locate all the countries, continent, ocean, all are shown in the correct size in globe. And a needle is fixed through the globe, that is in a tilted manner, which is called axis. So there are 2 points on the globe through which the needle passes, and they are the 2 poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. And also the globe can be moved around this needle from west to east as just the earth moves. But remember one thing, that there is a major difference between the globe and the real earth, because the real earth has no such needles. Okay, it moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. There is no needle. And you can see that another imaginary line that is running on the globe divides it into 2 equal parts. And this line is known as equator. And this imaginary line, which is known as equator, it divides the earth into 2 equal halves. So basically, the northern half of the earth will be known as northern hemisphere, and the southern part of the earth will be known as southern hemisphere. And they both are in equal halves. And equator, as it is an imaginary circular line, it is very important for the reference to locate any place on the earth. So there is a huge important role of this equator, which is an imaginary line which divides the earth into 2 equal halves, and it also helps the earth to locate the exact location. Okay, now we will see what are the parallels of latitude. So all the parallel circle from the equator up to the poles, all the parallel circles which you can see in the figure, these are known as parallel of latitude. And always remember that latitudes are measured in degree. And the equator represents the 0-degree latitude. Okay. Why? Because the distance from equator to either of the pole, that is either South Pole or the North Pole, either of the pole is 1/4 of a circle round the earth. That is, it will measure 1/4 of 360 degree. So what is 1/4 of 360 degree? That is 90 degree. So 90 degree north latitude marks the North Pole, and 90 degree south latitude will mark the South Pole. And all parallel north of equator will be known as north latitude, and similarly all the parallel south of equator will be known as south latitude. Okay, and the value of each latitude is therefore followed by the word north or south, and it is generally indicated by the letter. For north it is N, and for south it will be S. So let me give you a small example that Chandrapur in Maharashtra, that is in India, and Belo Horizonte, that is in Brazil, South America. So these both of these are located on the parallel of about 20-degree latitude. But what is the difference? The former one, that is of Maharashtra, Chandrapur, which is in Maharashtra, is in the northern of equator. And the later, that is Belo, that is in Brazil, South America, that is in south direction. So Chandrapur will be situated at 20-degree N latitude. N means north latitude. And Belo Horizonte will be situated in the 20-degree S latitude. S means southern pole. Now we will see the importance of parallel of latitude. Okay, so the equator is 0 degree and the north pole is 90 degree N and the south pole is 90 degree S. So there are 4 important parallel of latitude. So the first is Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north in northern hemisphere. Then Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23.5 degree S south in the southern hemisphere. Then Arctic Circle, that is 66.5 degree north of equator, and Antarctic Circle is 66.5 degree south of equator. So now let's switch to heat zone of the earth. So what is heat zone? So the heat zones are the zone of the earth where the sun rays fall differently. Every zone has their different amount of sun rays which are fallen in that, and that causes the different climate pattern. So basically there are 3 types of zone, that are torrid zone, then there is 2 temperate zone and 2 frigid zones. And it is said that torrid zone, it is very hot. So the midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes, that is between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and these area therefore receives the maximum heat and it is called the torrid zone. So the area which gets the maximum heat once in a year, so that area is known as torrid zone. And now let's see what is temperate zone. So the midday sun never shines over any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. So that was torrid zone was between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, that receives the maximum heat. And what is temperate zone? Temperate zone is the area latitude that is beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and the angle of sun rays goes on decreasing towards the pole. So when you will reach towards the pole, as much as you go near to the pole, the rays of the sun started decreasing. So the area bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have a moderate temperature, and therefore it is called temperate zone. Both of them doesn't go in the extreme level. They have a moderate temperature. They are never too cold. They are neither too hot. So they are known as temperate zone. Now we will see about frigid zone. So frigid zone, which are that zone? The areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. They are very cold. So torrid zone is extremely hot and frigid zone is extremely cold. So, and the temperate zone is moderate. So it is because you have also studied in the previous paragraph that as you go towards the pole, the sun rays goes decreasing, and because of this, the sun does not rise much above the horizon, and it is always slanting and provide less heat, and therefore frigid zone are all extremely cold. So now we have learned all the 3 zone. Torrid zone, which receives the maximum heat, and it is very hot over there, and it comes between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Then we see the temperate zone. Temperate zone is beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and the temperature here is moderate, neither too cold nor too hot. Then frigid zone, it is lying between the Arctic Circle and North Pole and in northern hemisphere, and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in southern hemisphere. And what happens? The sun does not rise much here. It is always slanting, and then thus it provides a very less heat, and therefore it is very cold. Now we will see what is longitude. We have already studied about latitude. Now we will see the longitude. So longitude is also again one imaginary circle parallel to prime meridian, and that is called the longitude. Now let's take one example. Tonga Island, that is in Pacific Ocean, and Mauritius Island, that is in Indian Ocean. Again, they are situated on the same latitude, that is 20 degrees south. Now what happened? In order to locate them precisely, we must find how far east or west these places are from the given line of reference. That is from northern pole to the southern pole. Now these lines of reference are also known as meridians of longitude, and the distance between them that are measured in the degree of longitude. So you will see that each degree is further divided into minutes, and then that minute is divided into seconds. And they are semicircles, and the distance between them decreases steadily polewards until it becomes 0 at the pole. And what happens? At the pole, all the meridian meets, and it decreases and it turns to be 0. So like parallel of latitudes are not in the equal length, but all meridians are of equal length. So it is really difficult when the length is equal, so it is difficult to number the meridians. So hence all the countries decide that the count should begin from meridian, and that passes through Greenwich, where the British Royal Observatory is located. And this meridian is known as prime meridian. This is also called as prime meridian, and its value is 0 degree longitude. From it we count 180 degree eastward, and as well as it is 180 westward. So the prime meridian and 180 meridian divide the earth again into the two equal halves. That is the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Now the longitude of the place is followed by the letter E for the east and W for the west, like it was N for the north and S for the south. Same way, E for the east and W for the west. And it is however interesting that 180 degree east and 180 degree west meridians are on the same line. That is one of the interesting fact you can say. Now we will see longitude and time. So the best means of measuring time is by the movement of earth, the moon and the planet. So sun rises regularly, and also it obviously sets every day, and naturally it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. And even in ancient time, when there was no clock and all, so people used to assume the time through this method only. They used to see where the sun is and what will be the time accordingly. So now there is one more interesting fact, that when prime meridian of Greenwich will have the sun at the highest point in the sky, then what will happen? All the places along this meridian will have midday or the noon time. As the earth rotates from west to east, those places which will be the east of Greenwich will be ahead of the Greenwich time, and those will be west will be behind it. So as the earth rotates from west to east, so east will be ahead and west will be behind. The earth rotates at 360 degree in about 24 hours. That means 15 degree an hour. Now the question comes that why do we have standard time? So the local time of places which are different on meridians are bound to differ. Like for example, it will be very difficult to prepare a timetable for the trains which across the several longitude. Like in India, for instance, there will be a difference of about 1 hour and 45 minutes in the local time of Dwarka, which is in Gujarat, and Dibrugarh in Assam. And because of this difference, it is necessary to adopt the local time of some central meridian of country as the standard time for the country. So in India, the longitude of 82.5 degree east, that is 82 degree 30-minute east, is treated as the standard meridian. You will learn this further detail when you will study class 11th geography. It is given in very detail over there. And the local time at meridian is taken as the standard time for the whole country. So it is also known as Indian Standard Time, IST. So here we completed the second chapter of NCERT Geography class 6th. Hope that you enjoyed it. Look, I have also said the same thing in the previous video, and I'm telling you again that I'm not reading the NCERT line by line. I'm just summarizing it and I'm explaining the things. So hope that you like it, and I will even try in some slides when I'm completing this NCERT series. After I complete this NCERT series, I will try to do the questions and answers which are given in the back of the textbook, and also I will try to do the boxes which are given in the chapter, because it is very important. For now, when you are in school and that thing, so you think that it is not that important, but when you go for further preparation for some competitive level of exams, so it becomes really very important for all the boxes which is given in the textbook, and also the exercise which is given back in NCERT. So when we once complete the NCERT series of summarization, then I will try to figure out the things, I will try to do the things which are given in box and exercise. So hope that you like the video. Please subscribe our channel, watch the video, like it, and share it as much as possible. And stay tuned with ProMind. Hope you all like the video. Thank you very much.